Well, students in the Tennessee Valley have been learning virtually for a few weeks now, and starting Tuesday, they will be back in person. With flu season right around the corner, health experts are urging parents to get their children vaccinated. Our Kenesha Dees explains why it's even more important this year.
Doctors and infectious disease specialists highly recommend that children get their necessary vaccinations. However, they also recommend that kids get their flu vaccinations this year.
So it's fall, winter, that's when flu hits in really hard. So this year, more than any other year, we need to vaccinate against flu for sure.
Health experts say the flu season could start as early as October and end as late as March or April. Pediatrician Dr. Shraddha Shrestha says children can get the flu shot as young as 6 months.
So everybody who has 6 months and older, who don't have any contraindication to get flu shot, should get flu shot this year for sure.
Huntsville Hospital infectious disease specialist Dr. Ali Hassoun says getting the flu vaccination can help reduce the chance of confusion between COVID-19 and other viruses.
All of them to start with will be with runny nose, sore throat, aching, fever, some of them, and these are very common for all the respiratory viruses as well as some of the bacterial pneumonia.
Hassoun recommends that adults should also get their flu vaccinations.
It's not going to be 100%. If you can prevent 50% and reduce the chances of infection, it's really going to help us and help the community in managing these different types of infections.
And as we approach the flu season, health experts encourage people to continue to wear their masks in public and also consistently wash one's hands. Putting the Valley first, Kenesha Dees, WZDX News.